So it's great to meet you, Hayden.
Hey there. Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, like I'm so excited for not only this series, but for you to be back in this series. It's a
Oh,
name that I wasn't ever sure you'd be back in the Star Wars world, but I think it's definitely where you belong. So, what did it
thanks
mean
so much.
to you to come back? And what did you have to wrestle with inside yourself to know that this was the right choice for you?
It meant a great deal to me. This is a character that has sort of defined my life in so many ways. And getting to sort of continue my journey with him is just hugely meaningful. Uh, there wasn't a lot to wrestle with. It was a pretty easy decision. Uh, when I got the phone call and the invitation to come back, it was a very quick yes.
How different is your understanding of the character? Because obviously we're at a different point in the character's life, but also at a different point in your life. So, how do you think that you changing has changed your understanding of who this guy is?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's part of what's really sort of interesting about coming back now after all of this time, is just sort of being in a different place in my life and having sort of a new perspective on my work, and coming back to a character that I've already played before. After all this time, it's just like an interesting exercise in my craft.
How do you feel that you've changed as an actor in that time, and how did you apply that here?
I mean, hard to like really define, but just the way we all sort of, evolve over time and just, the sort of the time that you have thinking about your work and processing it. And this is a character that has stayed with me and that I've sort of continued to think about over the years. And so sort of coming back to it and continuing my exploration. It's been a very unique opportunity.
Hmm. I mean, so in what ways did it stay with you? Like, what would that thought process be like over the years, not knowing that you'd ever come back to him?
Well, once you're in Star Wars, it never really leaves you. These stories and films have sort of had an incredible impact on our culture. Um, and so, I'm always sort of reminded of my involvement. And it's a nice thing, my interaction with fans and when they tell me sort of what those films meant to them and what the character meant to them. So yeah, it's always sort of been in my headspace. And uh, I've just really enjoyed getting to come back and further my journey with this character. And he's at a different time in his life too. And when I was doing the prequels, it was very specific to Anakin Skywalker. And now coming back and getting to really explore the character of Darth Vader, it's such a cool thing.
What do you think you found in this understanding of Darth Vader that wasn't there in your, portrayal of Anakin or in the original portrayal in the original trilogy?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is sort of a point in the timeline that hasn't really been explored yet. And I think that the character of Darth Vader is at an interesting place in his life, in terms of what has happened before and where we left him in episode 3. He's very much sort of trying to reconcile his past, and hunting down the Jedi. Obviously it's his job and he's mandated by the Emperor, but it's more than that. It's a personal mission for him.
Hmm.
Uh,
What does it mean for you to have a new generation come to a different appreciation of this character and of your portrayal of this character? Because I feel like people have really gotten behind you, especially the younger generation, in a way that's been really heartening to see.
Yeah, it's just been, really heartwarming. I can't really tell you what it means to me, but it's a really neat thing. I don't know that I can really define it, but I guess the moral of the story is patience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't wait to see your portrayal here and hopefully long into the future. So
Thank you so
congratulations
much.
on coming back, man. It was great talking to you.
I appreciate it. Nice talking with you too.
Take care.
All right.